what's up, guys? We are back with more Minecraft, and I'm here with friends.
Hi.
Hello.
I almost said back to Binding of Isaac. That's not the game we're playing.
We are definitely in Binding of Isaac.
Do you imagine 4-player co-op Binding of Isaac? That'd be insane.
It would be cool.
I would die.
If it's with you guys, I actually would have like a temptation to do that with y'all. I wouldn't play it otherwise.
Yeah.
There would be an issue with items because 4 people with 1 item per item room.
Yeah, but boss pedestals would give 1 for each person.
Yeah, yeah. True.
Yeah, there's ways to make it work. It's just first off, does it have online or is it only couch co-op?
It's only
As far
couch.
as I can tell, only, yeah.
So they'd also have to do the online functionality and all that if they were to try that. Which, that's a lot of investment to deal with.
Brayden, why are you walking around with a diamond sword?
Because I had a diamond sword.
Oh, okay.
Diamond sword is diamond sword.
What was I even doing last time? That's why I titled this, what are we even doing? Like, I don't remember what the hell I was doing.
Well, I'm out here at 5004.
Yeah. I remember I was gathering trees to make mulch, to make bone meal, but that island's done now, so... I don't know.
I'm assuming among the
Tiny tree.
options that I expect you would do soon would be bridging to somewhere, or making a tower of something.
Hey,
You know...
Hey, Azrael, I can give you the insane task of trying to get to me.
No!
I could give him the insane task of building another spire.
No, that ain't insane. He's gonna do that anyway.
Yeah,
You
inevitably.
don't know
He's
that.
inevitably gonna make a spire. Like, in this one, he has one
He
fine
aspires.
fort.
He aspires to greatness.
Yes.
I hate you all
It
right now.
sucks that the previous spires from previous attempts are no longer here. No longer have the ice spire. No longer
okay.
have, I think, a stone spire. Currently, it's just tree spire, which is just trees made into a fortress.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't have a tree fortress.
Thing.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, the one near the house. Yeah, that's the only thing we have that's really a spire beyond the house itself. So, I mean, I guess we technically have a tower on the mountain, and there's like the church,
Where are
chapel,
you?
whatever, but no real spires.
I basically started over again out here.
Cool. So you're not getting back to us. Where are you, Brayden?
In the house?
Then who's on the bridge?
That may or may not be me just
Okay.
running across the bridge.
I guess what we
Exercise.
could do... Because this isn't the material that the mushrooms grow on, right? Or is it?
Is it brown?
No.
Is it in front of the True.
Which mushrooms do you mean? The normal one, or one of the ones inside the nether?
The nether ones.
That depends
The
on
island.
what you're getting.
Oh, for God's
The
sakes.
islands, both of those colors are the ones that grow the mushrooms.
Yeah,
But
they're
do-
respective ones.
but
So
do they
one
grow
mushroom
to the
goes on
big
blue one,
mushrooms?
Red one goes on the red one.
What am I here for?
Okay.
Science? No.
So these don't grow on the... Okay, I don't know. I'm not getting a clear answer.
Okay, normal mushrooms I do not think will grow on the,
Okay, but what
nether ones.
what I'm saying is, are they on the right material to grow into, like, the tree
No.
mushrooms?
I like how you're not being specific. Yeah, it's a little difficult to answer when we're not sure what the question actually
I literally just... Will they turn into the trees on the fucking ground they're on? I literally just said it! Fuck!
The blue mushrooms grow into blue trees on the blue nylon.
Okay.
The red mushrooms
Are they-
grow into red trees on the red nylon. And every other
Okay.
Grow on the
Okay.
brown Nylum.
Are they on Nylum,
Yeah,
or are they not? What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Fuck.
Granted, I don't have stream open because my phone's charging. I had to come over to the top of the bridge
Alright,
and look down.
so
and
I
try
guess
to check,
I'll be
and yes,
collecting
this
more
should
bone
work
meal
fine.
again,
I'm looking
to
at it
just
right now.
make that
I'm
grow.
looking at
What
your
is
stream.
happening?
You're in literally a stream, Azrael. Why are you asking questions when...
I'm always
'Cause I
regretting
can't even see
doing
what the
this.
fuck you're looking at.
Okay,
I'd like to point that out.
all I asked was do the mushrooms grow. That is...
Yes, but it's more complicated than just.
No, I know, but... whatever, fuck. Do they grow big? Fuck.
Yes.
Under the right conditions, yes. Sand.
But on the right... It has to be on the right material. Which is what we're telling you, is that if you plant one right where you're standing right now, it will not grow.
But the island, they can grow.
Yes.
The island
Okay.
red and blue ones can be grown using...
On their correct color.
I'm just gonna state this, though. Obviously, I'd be asking that as I was looking at the mushrooms on the island. Whatever.
Again, I didn't have stream open. 'Cause
No,
my-
I know you didn't have stream open, but why would I be asking that not on the island with the fucking Nylium? Nylium? Whatever.
You have done dumber things before a few times, so I wouldn't have been surprised and I would not have put it past you, to be honest. Like, I respect you, but you've had some dumb moments. I can't say that you haven't. So I was just going off of my expectations.
Wow, I need more bone.
Do you? Thought you got all you needed.
I'm trying to make them grow.
And I guess they won't grow outside the nether otherwise?
Media both of them.
Oh, interesting.
What the hell, Clyde? What is here? A random sketchy link to Cat Cafe. What?
What?
I don't know.
Where's
Clyde
Viewers
just being
here,
dumb.
Sketchy link to Cat Cafe.
Oh, she put it in the chat. Are you trying to flag yourself as a bot? Is that what you're
Apparently!
doing right now? You're so
Bestest viewers
lucky.
here.
You are so lucky there's not an automod that just detects that and didn't ban you on the spot, because that could have been bad.
Shit, we were
I
supposed
know
to
he
do
doesn't have
something
an
like that, and we
Autobot.
completely forgot.
Well, there is a built-in automod to Twitch, I think. Just not to that extent.
Yes. And I've never actually had it go off on best
I have.
viewers here.
Oh, you meant that.
Hmm.
I thought you said you wouldn't have it.
Hello,
go off
Camel.
At all. I'm like, I have. It's hit me for some reason.
Who brought this camel here, by
Oh,
the
it
way?
hit me for- Totally not me.
What about a camel?
Totally wasn't me with the camel against the house.
Where did you go that was a desert,
chilling.
though?
I wanna,
Do they not
I
only
wanna
spawn
see
in the
this
desert?
Huh?
Do they not... Do they only spawn in deserts?
Yes.
Then where the fuck on the map is there a desert? Shit.
We passed one.
Well, I had to bring it about a good 2,000-3,000 meters back to the house.
Why are you insane?
What was the need for the camel to make it worth that? Like, what?
Because it's camel. It's camel. It was a new mob, and I had to get one.
You gotta name it,
Now I'm trying to find out.
Ah, crap, what's that camel Pokemon's name?
Camerupt?
And there's no.
Probably.
Number one camera.
Numo.
Whatever. Like, same fucking thing.
Which
Name
one's
it
the
Groudon.
pre-Evo? Because
Groudon is not a
I know
camel.
the
He's
evolved
armadillo.
form, to me, doesn't look like a camel when he evolves.
In the camera up, he doesn't look like a camel?
He
He-
really does.
His face looks more like a bull.
The face, yeah, I guess looks a little dumber. Or not dumber, but different. But, to me, the rest of him looks like a camel aside. Well, I guess no, he is bulkier than camels would be, so I don't know. It is weird.
I mean,
I
I've
think
seen
it makes him
somebody...
look like a camel.
I'm almost certain I've showed this image to you, but somebody made a regional version of the the pre-Evo, and his evolution you can clearly see is a camel. Like, way more
I
than
don't know, it
the
is
actual
weird.
official
I
one.
mean, you can say that for all Pokemon designs, that they're all kind of weird, so...
Well,
Yeah,
you're
but it's just,
talking
I never got
obviously
camel
some
vibes,
that are
that's all.
Superior than, I don't know, just
Well, if you're gonna say superior to real life, you're not entirely wrong. I mean, look at Pyroar. It looks better than real lines. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
obviously. And then look at Mr. Mime, the epitome of...
But
Female
you're
Pyroar is better than
but
a
you're
real
comparing a
lion.
lion to a fire lion.
Upset the billion lion fans. They can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Please, do you want that many lipstick? You want that many lipstick stains on your ass?
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. I do not want that.
Oh my god,
Then don't
what
bring
was,
somebody to kiss your ass.
damn it.
Anyway,
Uh,
the point is, if anyone genuinely thinks a billion lions would win, you're fucking psychotic. Seek help.
What was I about to say? Hey, Brayden, we should show them the video, I forget which one it is, but when, you know, the prompt and then they have to draw the fake mon. You know the one I'm specifically
Oh God,
talking
I
about.
remember those. They're beautiful.
Oh.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Today, that sounds like that'd be fun.
I'll join.
Could have you join this one?
Cause,
I want to see this.
Specifically the Korean one.
yes.
If we watch some of those after stream today, I would not mind. And especially if Clyde's
Yeah.
saying she'll join because it's that.
You know what's
good.
another, thing I really do like? It's the same guy who does it, but he does, like, he gets a bunch of other YouTubers who decide, like, different attributes of a fake mon, and then he draws it based on their picks. Like, some of them pick the type, the, like, environment they live in, the
Also,
colors.
They don't,
Oh, and they don't know. Yeah, they don't know.
they don't know what the other people pick.
Yeah. But, I mean, he
Do you
makes it
think
work.
that MatPat, or whoever was in charge of that episode, commissioned him to draw the fake mon that were used for the what would be Markiplier's ideal Pokemon?
I don't think it was him. I don't.
You don't think it was the same person?
I have no idea.
Honestly, it might be. I would be surprised if it was Moxie, but yeah.
Moxie. I'm trying to remember who Moxie is.
You
What
wouldn't
else
know.
you mean?
You wouldn't know.
Oh, I wouldn't know. Okay.
But you will after today. I think. Wait, yes. I think it's him. that I'm
Yes.
thinking of. Yeah, okay. Clyde's
Well, I
asleep.
go sleep, so I go sleep.
I'm running to the bed.
The only reason why I'm sleeping is because it's really, really dark over here, and I can't see what the hell I'm doing.
It's really dark. If only you could hold a torch and it actually gives off light.
You know, I could reduce the amount needed to sleep down to half.
Nah.
Oh, that was another a thing I wanted to talk about with you guys. So, finally, after... Oh my god, did it come out in 2022? When did the first season of Wednesday come out, Brayden?
Oh.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I forgot that show existed.
Yeah, because they fucking left it dormant for so long. Like,
It was
they
huge for a few months.
they
and I just
finally... Yes, they finally announced that Season 2, when Season 2's launching.
Yeah, 2022 of.
Oh,
What?
oh bed,
What
sorry.
are you doing?
Fine.
No, I quite asked him another question. I'm sorry. What the fuck?
Huh.
been patient another minute, Clyde. He was looking up stuff that he was asked.
Oh, right. Sorry, that's what I was asking.
Okay. Okay,
And I'm like, wait, what's he doing?
I don't know. Go on, Brayden. I apologize.
Love to see. Oh, September. It's been November 2022. That's
Oh my
Interesting.
god. Ah, season
So-
2 better be fucking fantastic. That was a long gap.
Yeah, that's.
Oh,
Wait,
jeez.
what?
When is it released?
So,
though, is
they-
the bigger
okay.
question. Like, how long is it till?
Clyde is lost. He's driving me crazy, and we just started. They are releasing season 2 of Wednesday. And there's a big gap between it, because the first season came out in 2022.
Okay, that's what was confusing me. I'm like, wait, if they're releasing it in 2022, it's 2025. Did they release it?
Yeah, no. But now they're releasing
Okay.
season 2 in this year. And it comes out,
Did they see when? Sorry, go.
Okay.
well, it's funny, because it technically, has 2 release dates. Because they're splitting it into 2 parts. And I was like, oh, they're doing
boy,
that.
That's already red flags. I don't care about Wednesday to begin with, but those are instant red flags.
I mean, I don't know. The thing, you know what, that's another rant I'll talk about after I say when they're coming out. So, the first half is supposed to come out in, August 9th, I believe.
That's a few months away still. That's.
And then the second part's supposed to come out in, September 3rd, I think, or 6th? One of those dates.
That's
I still won't be able to watch it, will I?
great.
Well, no, because you don't have Netflix.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like, especially with a gap that long, I can't help but feel like it probably won't live up to the first season, let alone to the weight that it had to endure.
I mean, for me, I'm just sitting there like, well, it's still Tim Burton, and Jenna Ortega's in it. I think they'll do fine.
I'm waiting for it to turn out that they would not do fine. I'm just waiting for that bad
Pretty
news.
sure music is still by Danny Elfman. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it's Tim Burton. Of course the music's by Danny Elfman. That's like saying, oh, he released a new movie with Johnny Depp in it. Like, no shit. When he likes working with people, he'll work with those people for a while.
Even if bullshit happens that throws controversy on him for a while.
Enough.
What?
No.
Drift, enough.
Oh,
Damn it.
fuck. Clyde.
Oh. I thought you were talking to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even see.
No, not you. Sorry. The drift on my controller just wants me to zoom to the left.
Okay.
I thought you were getting mad at me for bringing up Johnny Depp having gotten into bullshit.
Oh no, we all know that shit happens to good
I
people.
thought you were getting mad at me, like, don't you bring it up again? I'm like, wasn't going in depth.
I think-
though.
I forget where I heard
You
this,
were
but I
going
think they're
to
trying... I think Disney's trying to get them back to do another, Pirates movie.
Oh no, they've had this plan for a long time. Of another one with a female.
No, but
Captain
what I'm saying, Guardian, is I think they're trying to get Johnny Depp back. But
Ah.
he's turning them down because they kind of screwed him over.
I wonder why he would.
Hmm.
It's almost like they were complete douchebags to him.
Anyways, what were you saying, Clyde?
Nothing, because I forgot.
Okay.
It's
But-
raining.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead, Brayden, and then I have to do my rant. Did you have something to say?
No.
Oh,
Is it raining over there?
yes.
Okay.
So
Go
what was I
ahead,
gonna say?
rant.
Yeah, my rant. So, you know, I find it funny that, like, the streaming services, like, it was an alternative to TV, and, you know, a lot of people kind of canceled their TV because they're like, well, whatever, we can just stream whatever you want. But now,
They miss it. They don't have to worry about it.
streaming is turning into TV. Because they're releasing series now where they're like, yes, we will release an episode weekly. And I'm like, but this is what we wanted to get away from.
Well, the from ads.
That too, but they're also making fucking streaming services with ads.
From what I understood, it was getting away from ads and the fact that for TV, if you miss an episode, you miss that episode. It's not going back next week, and you can't really
Yeah, but this is.
rewind to watch it.
But what I'm
Streaming
saying
episodes,
too
if you
is,
just happened.
with a lot of the shows and stuff that they used to do, especially Netflix, like they would put out the whole season, and you could binge watch it, and then obviously you have to wait for the next season, which might take a while.
Yeah.
But like, it's
Oh.
weird that.
Oh my god.
Okay, Braden.
That just reminded me of. Okay, so. There's a show that had the first 2 seasons on it
Okay.
on Netflix.
Okay.
And then they're saying, oh, we're gonna add the next
Oh.
season. And then they get rid of season 1.
Right. That.
You know what the worst part about that is? Netflix is notorious for doing that same kind of principle for so many things.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Pokemon.
Netflix is
For
weird.
so many times. There have been so many times I've seen Netflix shuffle what Pokemon are on it, and I'm like, will you just have all of them available
I think.
instead of like 2
Yeah.
or 3 different things at a time?
I think the last time.
Indigo Plateau, XYZ, or XY and XYZ. Then it was like Indigo and then something else, and then it
Yeah.
was just the Sun and Moon series seasons, and I'm like, what the fuck is this chaos?
It's weird. It's something to do with licensing, I guess. But like, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
bizarre
That, I mean,
because
Pokemon Granted is notorious because it's
Okay,
every platform has
here's-
a Pokemon.
here's one example that I find very weird with it. So, lately Netflix has been doing new SpongeBob movies. You know, they did the Sandy Cheeks movie and the Plankton movie. Yet, I believe they have the original movie on there too. But yet, for some reason, the show, which they have on it, has only 2 seasons. And they're not even like season 1 and 2. They're season 8 and 9 or something like that. And it's like, why?
That's not that surprising.
Yeah, but it's weird. Why? Especially if you've been working with them to do a movie, you would think that. I don't know. I guess
I'm
it's.
still surprised they only have like the first 48 episodes of Fairy Tail when there's over 300.
I don't even think they have Fairy Tail anymore.
They probably got rid of it by now, but I remember when I first tried to watch it, they only had the
Yeah,
first 48.
it's
so I'm
weird.
like,
It's very weird. They're still missing those seasons of One Piece, by the way. Like
That's
where
not
they're
surprising.
missing like fucking 5 whole seasons. I don't understand it.
Website, wasn't it? Either Paramount or Amazon. Like, didn't they have a thing that was like Fairy Tail, but it was only in French?
Yeah.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah,
know about
so-
that.
It was. I think it was Prime. And what is weird is, excuse me, they have the like English dub of it, but you can only watch it if you get the Crunchyroll subscription through the Prime, which is another weird thing.
So in other words, you're buying 2 different subscriptions,
Mm-hmm.
technically.
But I believe if you buy them through Prime, it's a little cheaper because you're already paying for Prime, so it's just like an add-on that's like an additional, I don't know, like $5 or something.
See, one of the reasons I pirate anime now is because Crunchyroll became.
Don't say that out loud.
Yeah, I was just about to say, maybe you shouldn't say that.
I don't give a fuck.
Just saying.
Okay, but I believe we could. Yeah, but how many of them advertise it?
Good God!
A surprising amount, actually.
Thank you for screaming
Okay,
directly
they're
in the
not us.
microphone.
We don't have that type of luck.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, hell, I played a game where I put on a streamer mode and I still got copyrights.
That's a streamer mode that wasn't even a proper streamer mode. It didn't.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know. Fuck, we haven't played that,
Again,
though.
what's the point of a streamer mode if it doesn't act as a streamer mode?
I don't know.
Stupid.
Fuck, we're not gonna get back to that for a while, are we? No, it's night.
Oh, I didn't realize it was nighttime. I just randomly clicked my bed and it's like, oh hey, yeah, nighttime, go to sleep.
I'm almost tempted, like, it sucks, but I'm almost like, it'd probably be better if I just mute the music. Either that, or we just keep it on Twitch and don't upload it, because...
What, the, Batman game?
What? No, the Quarry.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Not me.
What
I was thinking you were saying replaying Batman, because I remember you couldn't upload that to YouTube because all the music kind of fucked you on every single episode.
No, I don't know
Great.
which one are you talking about? Oh, right, Arkham Knight was weird. Yeah, I have Arkham Asylum and City up, and again, they have some weird things, but I don't get it, it's Batman
like, the
music.
first Batman game you did got completely taken from YouTube, like it wouldn't let you upload it because it was bullshit. You have a different game that was around
No,
the same time?
because the first one I played was Arkham Knight. And that was back when I didn't understand how the YouTube studio worked. But yeah, I wasn't able to do it. But either fucking way, I couldn't upload Batman regardless of that because there was a whole fucking boss fight it wouldn't let me stream. There was and not only that, like nearing the end, like it was just like stream was just cut. And like they would only hear my audio was being broadcast. I don't understand what that was.
Oh, right, because of the copyright content.
No, not even, Clyde. It's no. Stop. It's not that. Because the game literally turned off the streaming because stop. What I think the problem was, we still need 2 people sleeping, by the way. What I think the problem was is they were like significant story spoilers that for some reason they made it so that you can't stream it or something.
Yeah, that's copyrighted content.
Yeah, but it's not.
Copywriting.
It's okay. I'm just gonna not talk then.
Not visuals, then it was visual copywriting.
Yeah, but what I
Like this scene can't be broadcasted because it depicts stuff that could ruin it for others.
There's a certain stage in one of the Mario games that is exactly that. Even if you have the music all the way down, if you hit a very, very specific section of the stage,
okay,
it will
but
be streaming. It will not be
okay,
streaming.
but you're not. Okay, whatever. Because what I'm saying is, it wasn't. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure what you're talking about falls under the same thing, because otherwise the audio should have been cut as well.
But I don't think that should be copyright. Like, I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's the word for it, because I think it's a spoiler avoidance. I don't...
That'd be very stupid to not mute the audio too, if that were the case.
No, it was broadcasting only my audio, not the game audio.
You made it, okay, you made me...
Fucking hell.
On that point. Maybe then? But even then, that can still be
Again.
of the visuals.
Okay,
Because they're like
but-
scenes in of themselves, it's weird.
But again, the reason...
It's like how, what's that one game we were playing where it's like, yeah, it won't even let us broadcast the opening of it.
Yeah,
That was copyright.
Yeah, it's
I have no idea
copyrighting
what
the
you're
scene
talking
itself,
about.
not-
What game were we playing? Was that the first Dead Island? It was the first Dead Island.
I don't remember a scene not playing.
Who Do You Voodoo Bitch was the song, and the entire scene and audio would not broadcast.
Clyde,
the entire
when the
scene in
fuck
of
did you
itself was
stream the
copyrighted.
intro? I always skip that shit. I start mine in the menu.
Yes, but I started on that, and it's like, oh, broadcast has been stopped. I'm like, excuse me?
Okay, well
Yeah,
then
what
that's
do you mean
you,
on
because
broadcast?
I've
It's
never
a
done
live
that.
scene. Yeah.
Anyways, but the reason why I'm thinking that, again, is because that entire boss fight, you find out who the Arkham Knight is. And again, when the game came out, everyone was hiding his identity. They're like, oh, he's a new villain. Who is he? I don't know. Even though again, he's just Jason Todd, and he's just Red Hood. He's literally just Red Hood, but with an army.
Now I get that meme of, oh my god, it's Jason Bourne, but oh my god, it's Jason Todd.
Todd. Yeah.
Jesus
Again,
Christ, it's Jason Todd.
I will say this, I do like the Arkham games, but yeah, that one was kind of meh. Like, of a surprise.
I will never initially think of DC when I hear Red Hood. I'm just gonna think of DK first.
Yeah.
For a brief moment, I thought, Red Hood? I'm like, oh right, there's a DC character.
Like, so, the funniest thing, too, about that is, like, again, in the previous Arkham games, there wasn't much reference to Jason Todd. And then, when you play Arkham Knight, you get a lot of references to Jason Todd. And it's like, huh, why are they talking about Jason Todd a lot? Jason Todd in this game? And,
Does
I
somebody
mean...
have a crush on Jason Todd?
And, like...
That's what about my question. Sorry.
I don't know. It's just, it was such a way, like... I mean, I was gonna play the game regardless, but it seemed like a very interesting, weird tactic. It's like, yeah, try to figure out who this is, and then they pretty much written it down, like, who it was before you got to that point. You're like, ah.
That's natural.
What'd you find?
Oi! Hello?
Hello? Clyde.
God, what is going on?
Oh, bark, bark. Doggo, you scared me. Anyway, there's a tree just... It looks like it's been cut in half. The stem is gone, but there's just logs and leaves floating in the sky.
Okay.
Naturally. That's weird.
Natural.
Mm.
And then there's a doggo looking at me, going bark, bark, and it sounded almost like,
Bark,
mob,
bark, then
and
you
it
get the
scared
bite.
Shit out of me.
What, Chris?
I don't think he said anything.
I thought he said something.
I said I
Thought I heard.
plot.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Oh. So he did say something. I just didn't hear him.
I blame Clyde too, because Clyde's the one all the way out here in the middle of nowhere.
Clyde is always to blame. Wah.
Yes, it's always Clyde's fault.
Oh.
I should
So...
tame you and name Courage.
Jesus.
Yes, that is now your name. Come with me.
Yeah.
Do I have a lead?
When
I do not.
do the build, I have an idea for something I'm gonna do as a little reference.
Okay. So...
It's not gonna be bold and brag, is it?
It's not a what?
It's not going to be bold and brash, is it?
Guardian needs better. Guardian, you need better ears.
I also got a bunch of sounds going on, and Clyde's... I got a lot of overlap, so...
Loud noises!
Especially when I have feedback from Astral's end, that's just weird.
What do you mean you have feedback from my end? What the f- Ah, Jesus Christ.
You are a feedback.
Yay! But yeah, no, it's not anything like whatever you were saying, I don't think, Clyde.
So you want something that, has been happening lately that kind of irritates me?
What?
A lot.
Okay, fair enough, but, no.
Alright, what?
Right, yeah. So, they revealed the new Mario Kart. And, you know, I
Yes.
mean...
Uh-oh.
Why are you saying uh-oh?
Because you said Mario Kart, and Chief Pedestrian are gonna be very upset.
I'm not really upset, I'm just kind of annoyed by people. Because... Okay, there's a lot of people who are talking about it and looking at all the footage and stuff and are complaining about it. In weird ways that I'm like, why are you complaining about this? Like, okay, One of the biggest complaints I keep seeing everywhere is everyone is like freaking out saying, where's 200cc? Why is there no 200cc? Why is there no 200cc? And then I'm like, well,
What is 200cc?
200cc is
the control. The higher, the harder it
is the fastest speed in the game that was introduced in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. See, it goes
Yes.
50 is the slowest, then it goes 150, then it goes, then it goes 100, then 150, like, and racks up. Then there's supposed to be Mirror, which is also missing, but nobody is complaining about that for some stupid reason. And then 200, which is normal way, but still wicked fast.
So the thing about the added CC, the higher the CC, the higher the speed, but also the harder the control, which is why 50cc is considered the newbie kind of speed. And
Yeah.
Okay.
you're supposed to play on the highest.
Anyhow, so yeah, people are complaining, being like, oh, did they remove 200cc from the game? And I'm like, no, maybe you have to unlock it. Like, I don't know why nobody's thinking that. And I'm like, they're complaining about this because they're like, oh, the game looks too slow. And I'm like, well, yeah, they want to show off the visuals for all the for the trailers and everything. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of annoying because they're complaining about things without having, like, experience in the game or whatever. Like, I don't know.
To be fair, you're talking about the same kind of people that are exceedingly hardcore when it comes to Link and other challenge stuff.
Mm.
Because it's very much the same thing with Smash. If you, like really hardcore competitive players refuse to use Smash Orbs and a bunch of other things because they think it gets in the way. And they didn't like the changes made.
Sorry,
things.
I need to correct you. It's called I believe it's called the Smash Ball, not the Smash Orb.
Whatever, same fucking thing.
Actually, nah, I'm sorry. Alright.
Regardless, people were pissy because they made changes to it to try to satisfy the ranked people. Like, granted, this is technically the inverse of what's happening, or theoretically happening with the Mario Kart, but it's still worth pointing out.
Yeah.
And I tried to make it appealing to ranked people, despite the fact that ranked people don't want anything to do with it. They don't care if being faster means it, like, if it's smoother into transition, doesn't interrupt gameplay. They don't use it because they don't avoid using it because of that. They just don't want to use it because it makes things too easy.
Mm.
Like, the entire point is it's an advantage. They want it to be raw skill.
What were you saying, Clyde?
Can I point out something? People are gonna find something to complain about in everything.
That too.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
You will never, ever get a group of people to agree 100% on something.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Pokemon and all the complaints about visuals, even now.
With what? Wait, with ZA? What the fuck's wrong with how ZA looks?
Oh, not even. Well, I meant in general. Like, if you look at, let's see, one of the best looking in terms of visual quality were both Arceus and Scarlet and Violet. They're the most high end, right? There are people who complain about them because they're still too low res for them. They're too childlike. They're too cartoonish.
Ah,
They are
yes.
Monster Hunter quality.
Hang on.
Their entire argument is Monster Hunter's on the Switch and it looks just as good as on console, basically.
Okay.
Why can't Pokemon look that
Here's
good?
what I'm gonna say. Oh, you're saying the game looks too cartoony in an anime-inspired game? Wow, shocking.
Yeah, it's stupid, but their entire argument is, well, if Monster Hunter looks as good as it does on Switch, then so should Pokemon.
Yeah, but it's not so.
Monster Hunter looks like shit on Switch.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on Switch, but I've heard people claim it's almost as good as on console, and I'm like, oh, hell no! Even if that's true, and even if it looks better than Pokemon, Pokemon doesn't need to be high quality. Its entire point is being a cartoony game, targeted towards kids with plenty of jokes and dark humor for adults.
That's like saying, oh, the art. I don't like how Borderlands looks because it looks so comic-y, and I don't like that. And it's like, but
Yeah,
that's
because
what they're fucking going for. That's the style
Yeah,
they're
it's
going
using the,
for.
yeah, it's using the comic style, whatever the fuck it's called. Therefore,
Cell
it's
shading.
no, that's the entire point
No,
of
wait,
it.
that's
It's meant to
something
be
else.
like that.
Like, if you don't like how something looks, don't fucking play it.
Mm.
Or better yet, ignore it, because if that's not the point of the game, then that's not the point of the game. That's not what you're supposed to focus on in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, some games, you're not meant to focus on visuals, you're meant to focus on the story. And
Yes, and then if the story sucks, well, you fucked up.
Like, Pokemon's entire thing is...
Pretty sure you know
the
which game I'm talking
adventure,
about.
The journey. So it's just...
The treasure is the friendships we made along the way.
I mean, that's
Yes,
quite
thank you,
the
Scarlet and Violet.
premise of-
Smack.
of Smash, so.
No.
Yeah, I'm just like, bruh, you're really out here complaining that Pokemon Sword and Shield looks like absolute dog shit compared to
Oh, there is one complaint I have about Sword and Shield.
Okay.
And that's at the end of the fucking game. What the hell were they thinking with Swordward and Shieldbert?
Yeah.
What the actual fuck is going on with their hair?
Like, Shieldbird is kinda okay. It's a little stupid, but it's not bad. Then you look at Swordward, and you're like, what the fuck is that horse shit? Like, what?
Like, how much hair gel does he have to put in his hair to get it to hold the sword shape?
I'm convinced
If he stabbed somebody, would he hurt him?
I'm convinced that motherfucker must need more hair gel than fucking shampoo that Sephiroth uses. And we have a canon amount that he uses per shower. So,
Like, if it's
Who's not
solid as it
asleep?
looks, he could probably stab somebody and kill him with his hair.
I mean, if I remember correctly, it has some flop physics, not much, but like a little way. But it's still enough that smacking someone with it would hurt like a fucking bitch. It's like getting smacked with a whip, which is ridiculous.
Who the fuck's still awake?
And the sheer...
Me.
Okay.
On the mic.
Me.
Alright. Never mind then. Proceed, I guess.
It's funny because the only hair dumber than that, the only hair in the game dumber in it doesn't even exist, and that's the fan-made Gunther, where his hair is the shape of a fucking pistol. Like, that's the only dumber than Swordward. And even then,
Oh god, I remember that.
Clyde, do you
at
need to...
least his
Who's...
is funny stupid.
Huh?
Who is the last person awake?
Icarus, probably.
No, he's in bed. I can see him.
I was just about to go down and chop down the damn tree.
Hurry up.
I put down torches. I'm the one that needed the... I put down torches so I can see. So I'm good.
Honestly,
Making me
it's
sleep.
so
Okay.
sad that I've loved a lot of the Pokemon games that are more recent that so many people have hated. I'm like,
Mm.
they might
Oh,
be
I
the
absolutely...
greatest game in the world, but I loved them.
I'm still trying to finish Arceus right now.
See,
I've never actually finished the game, and we're waiting on ZA so that my brother can get that.
I actually managed to 100% Arceus. Well, basically, I technically had a bunch of book dex descriptions I didn't finish because that shit was ass, and I didn't feel like trying to grind all of it out. But in terms of every other form of progression, aside from the money bag, which fuck that, I'm not upgrading the bag because it's basically infinite. Aside from that, I've basically finished every other progression. in the
Okay,
game.
you're gonna sit in here with the cows. Good ass. Pat pat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
And
I don't know.
There is one like thing people are complaining about with Mario Kart 8 Mario Kart World that I kind of agree with. The character selection is bonked.
A little weird, yeah. It's a little weird, the characters that are in the listing.
Oh no, I don't mean that the characters they picked. Yes, those are bizarre beyond all belief. But
Oh yeah, very much.
the thing that I have a problem with is, well, picking skins. Because the costumes and stuff you unlock for the characters technically are their own character slot. Meaning, scrolling through pages of characters is going to take forever.
Yeah, that's weird. Why wouldn't they do it like like Smash Brothers,
I don't know.
where it's just a skin.
That's not burning.
Perfect.
Burn. Yeah.
Don't stand at a campfire, it can burn you.
Can
no,
it
we're talking
burn?
about items.
Yeah.
He tried to throw
Oh no, but it...
a block of logs and it didn't want to burn.
Oh yeah, no. But if you leave food on it, it'll despawn after a while of not being picked up.
So yeah.
Honestly, the funniest thing too is Braden showed me this like meme picture, where it was Smash Ultimate, and they were like, if Smash Ultimate used Super Mario or Mario Kart World's character selection, and it's just the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Braden, if you still have that image, I might still have it, but that would be something to share because it is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
See, I don't know. Like, I think, like, I don't really play racing games to begin with, but I will acknowledge that some of the idea of Mario Kart World is cool. Like, being able to interact with things as you're driving to the next course.
Oh my gosh.
But I've
Open
heard
world
complaints
looks
about
so
that.
Yeah, the
It seems
open
like a
world
cool idea.
aspect
I am
looks
worried
cool.
about how it's maybe executed, but overall it sounds cool.
The
But
one
I have heard
thing,
complaints about issues it could have.
yeah,
So
I mean,
it's a little bit of a mixed
the
bag.
one thing about the like aspect of going to your next course, there is a problem I see with that, and that is, well, you don't really get to explore the track you go to.
Yeah.
Like, how it works is you do the first race, you do the normal 3 laps there, and then the next race is you going to the next place, and you still have 3 laps, but they're like sectioned off. And the last one you get is 1 lap around the actual stage. And then you go to the next one. It's like, but why? I want to look at this stage and go to 3 laps. But no.
That's a very...
And I want to admire all the work that has been put into making this game.
Yes.
Like,
And, like, I believe in Versus, you can turn that off. And, like, just, you know, do the 3 laps in each of the stages. But it is still kind of weird. But, I mean, you're gonna do Grand Prix once to get the unlocks and then never touch it again.
probably, that's understandable.
What? Outrage.
Honestly, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things in gaming that I'm, like, upset with over the moment. Like, the recent, like, we all know, or I'm assuming we all know, about how Oblivion...
Yep. Did I just lose everyone? I just did. Hello? Yeah, I lost everyone. Damn you, Discord! Now it won't load. Hi, I heard none of that.
Right now, but it's stupid if that's the case, because why the fuck would you do that?
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat what you just said. I missed that entire conversation. Because Discord
Oh.
crashed.
You
I'm
didn't
saying
miss much.
that, yeah, it was mostly me pointing out stupid shit on Nexus mods. So, in the Oblivion remaster, any mods that are meant to, like, change the characters, if they use the term male or female, they get banned and taken off of Nexus mods within hours. Like, one of the biggest ones, the most popular ones instantly, got taken down and banned within 2 hours, I think. And had been, like, really heavily donated to by, like, critical people that were, like, part of what made, Nexus mods big, from what I understand. Like, they were critical supporters of Nexus mods. So, yeah, Nexus is making some weird fucking decisions with their censorship.
Okay, I don't know
again,
if that's
also use
something to
DEI shit,
discuss.
because it's the whole thing of
Okay.
You can't have male or female, you get body
Ah!
I know, I'm not going that in depth. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that's what it's related to.
Are you okay, Azriel?
Yes, I just would rather not discuss that stuff.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going into depth on it. I'm just saying I'm
But
pretty sure that's what
you're
it's
still
for.
you're still repeating it several times.
Yeah, he does have that issue. We're trying to work on it.
First time, he wasn't able to hear it. That's the first time I said it that he was actually able to hear it before it cut on him.
Yeah, so,
So technically,
but
the
still.
repeats are irrelevant. That was just the one time he heard it.
What's great is,
Do I have food?
you know, Sky Oblivion?
I think I've heard that term, but I have no idea what it is.
Basically, it was gonna be a mod that adds the entirety of Oblivion to Skyrim.
God.
That sounds cool.
But since, the release of this,
It's gonna be cancelled.
Bethesda gave out, not only supported them continue to make it, but also gave all the people who work on Sky Oblivion free codes to the remake of Oblivion.
That's surprisingly generous. Why do I feel like there's something you're not saying about this? Like, why do I feel like there's a hidden hatch to this?
And I'm like, okay, why did you get to Skyrim together? Rude.
Oh, I'm still livid. Why haven't they made Skyrim together? Like, they could easily give props to the fact that Skyrim together was even made, because that's, like, an accomplishment in of itself, because it has no online capabilities. So for people to make that on PC, you'd think that if they were respecting Sky Oblivion so much, they would have done the same to Skyrim together, and would have even made it available on the other platforms. Fuck you, Bethesda, why haven't you done that? It's a good idea. Do you know how much good reputation they get out of that? So much. They get so much, like, positive feedback for that. And it can't be that hard to have the people who made it, like, to give them access to doing it for the consoles.
Oh, what am I doing? Sherry's over this way.
Because even if they themselves can't remake the mod to be on console and make a they could certainly give the access to the materials that the mod developers had that needed it. And they could do it if they wanted.
Okay, don't need that, don't need that, don't need this.
Like, it would be so cool, 'cause then we could actually play it together, but no, instead we're gonna never get Skyrim together on console. And it's forever stuck.
Alright, so I got my vacation home marked.
Which, not even on the Steam Workshop, so I have no idea how I'd get it even if I got it on PC.
I need to make myself another bed.
Okay.
By the way, speaking of mods and how they work between PC and console, how the fuck does console modding work? Does it pull from the Nexus, or does it have its own thing that's separate from the Nexus?
I don't...
So,
Because I have never gotten an answer as to how that works.
You literally just said it. Oh my god.
Because I've gotten,
creation
like,
plus something.
Okay. I mean, on Fallout, it's different, though. Fallout has mods and Creation Club listed separately, so I wasn't sure. Interesting.
Going down the tunnel, going down, down, down.
Because, yeah, I guess in Skyrim, the whole thing, it was, like a conjoined system. With some creations being paid, and then
I don't know where I am.
what evolved into just being mods in Fallout 4.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know if... And I'm also not sure if the Oblivion Remaster uses the Fallout method or the Skyrim method of Creation Club and mods. I haven't seen anyone discuss that specifically for console.
Mm-hmm. Oh. So... The new Mario Kart has sparked a I guess technically a game theory. I don't know. a supposed theory people are thinking. Because in one shot of it, it shows a billboard with the original Mario Kart, you know, with all the characters that are there, and it shows all them in the new game, like, posing beside said picture. And, you know, everyone's there. You got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Yoshi, Koopa Troopa, Bowser. Am I missing a character? Yeah, that's
Azrael.
Toad. That was the other one I was missing. But there's also DK Jr. posed alongside Donkey Kong, as we know him. Yes, Clyde?
But
Why are you typing Z?
You're the only one not clicking.
Oh, right. Fuck's sakes. Anyways. So, people are thinking, with this new redesign, are they just kind of, you know, getting rid of Donkey Kong Jr., in a sense? Like, pretty much forming the two, like, Donkey Kong we know of from, like, the modern era, and the Donkey Kong Jr., and just making it one being now. Which...
I mean, I know that they're apparently trying to get rid of Diddy Kong. Apparently, like I think I read about their advertisements of other things are making it seem
I don't...
Diddy is being dropped for something else. I think it's for the new DK game that I heard it was about.
Yeah, there's just no sign of Diddy Kong for unfortunate reasons.
I think they even had like a different character running by Donkey Kong that was unfamiliar.
In Bonanza? No, he has the rock on his shoulder, but he doesn't have anyone running alongside of him.
I don't know. I've
But,
heard some
anyways.
stuff about that, and I'm like, the amount of times they've changed who is by Donkey Kong is a little surprising. Like, they kind of shoved, I don't remember the character's name, I don't think it was it Donkey Kong Jr.? No. Maybe?
I don't know.
There was some character that they actually kind of just shoehorned out of the franchise, and instead put Diddy Kong there.
Donkey Kong Jr., I guess. But no,
Was it
but
Donkey Jr.?
the
Maybe.
the problem with that doesn't make sense. Like, okay. The reason why this is so confusing is because the original Donkey Kong from the Donkey Kong arcade game is Cranky Kong. He grows up into Cranky Kong. His son is then Donkey Kong Jr. DK, from the modern era, like in Donkey Kong Country, he's referred to as his grandson. He is Donkey Kong the Third.
So he's the son of Donkey Kong Jr.
Yes.
Yet his name is just Donkey Kong. That is a very strange naming convention, to say the least.
But yeah, apparently it's been very
original.
yeah. It's just been very confusing lately. And then again, in the Mario movie, in that one, Cranky Kong is Donkey Kong's father. So,
Yeah.
that
Which I
also...
always thought was the case. I didn't know Junior was even a thing.
Yeah.
That's
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got rid of DK Jr. in...
Yeah.
I
DK
didn't
Jr.
know he even
was just
existed.
Donkey
This
Kong.
is the first I've really heard of him, I think.
Nobody knows who DK Jr. is. He was in the arcade... He was in Donkey Kong 2, the arcade game, where you had to play as Junior to save Donkey Kong Sr.
Huh.
from Mario. You had to save him from the evil Mario. Weird
Interesting.
sentence.
Honestly, I do. Wait. Now I'm realizing it's weird that technically Mario's nemesis is not even Donkey Kong Jr., but just Donkey Kong. Instead of going and feuding with the son, he went to the grandson to have as his rival.
Yes.
Very odd.
Yeah. Your grandfather is too strong. I come to you, grandson of.
No. Yeah.
Well, no,
My
grandfather's
father failed
old now.
to really beat your grandfather, so I'm gonna take it out on you instead of your father.
Yeah,
What?
because you're a child, and therefore I shall be able to win.
Anyhow, it's the whole thing is strange. So
I guess it wouldn't surprise me if they're trying to fuse them into one, because I guess it would make things a little less confusing, considering, again, why the fuck is the son of Donkey Kong Jr. the Donkey Kong, if the original...
And why would Donkey Kong Jr. not be the son of Donkey Kong, but instead be the son of...
well, because Cranky Kong was Donkey Kong. That's the thing.
Because Cranky Kong was originally Donkey Kong. He just grew up and received a different name over time.
For some reason.
This game made sense until they renamed the grandson to be the original.
Oh, I wonder why he was cranky.
Because he's
So,
old. Yes?
Also, yeah, what's concerning is, I guess Pauline's just an ageless being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, so is Mario.
Now that you say that, first she was a Jumpman, and then she was like a half interest for Mario. Wait a minute.
But they
That's a little weird.
but they are the same. I mean, even though he's called something else, that's Mario. I know he's called Jumpman, but he's Mario.
No, he might have the same technical name, but he is the father of Mario. That is
Yeah,
confirmed.
I'm pretty sure they confirmed he's the father of Mario.
Yeah, Mario, as we see today, is the son of the Jumpman from the original game. Just
Okay,
as Donkey
then-
Kong is the grandson of that Donkey Kong.
No, Mario, see, it runs in the family.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's
then
why I'm like, wait a
stop.
minute.
Then by that logic, Pauline is not Pauline. By that logic, because the Pauline in the original game looks more like Peach. She's wearing a pink dress and she's blonde. And the Pauline we know now wears the red dress and the brown hair. So she's Pauline Jr.
I
Right,
guess
yeah.
it could be
He's
possible.
Pauline and Peach's daughter.
Wait, what?
That- okay, so I can actually see the theory of her being a daughter of the original Pauline being possible, because the whole thing is, I know it's not Peach. I know Peach can't be the original Pauline, because the whole
Wait
thing
a
of,
second.
the original
Pauline.
Donkey Kong
Wait a second.
takes place in the human world, not the mushroom
So wait,
kingdom.
you're saying that
I don't know what the hell's going
Pauline
on.
didn't originally have brown hair, right?
Yeah, she originally
she was
was
blonde.
in the
And she had a pink dress, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I wonder who wears red and has brown hair. Oh, Donkey Kong. Wait,
Yes, but also,
tracks.
who else has brown hair and wears red? Gee, Mario!
well,
Yeah, where's
don't
Red and Blue?
poke holes in my logic.
But yeah,
mean-
I'm just... It's weird.
Don't
Nintendo
poke
weird.
logic in my
Yeah.
holes.
There's
I mean,
so
what's the
many
thing that-
things in Nintendo that are fucking weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, the original DK game wasn't he blue?
Wasn't who blue?
He was!
He was red and blue, though.
He was, I think he was mostly blue, but maybe had like smaller amounts of red than Modern Mario.
The only time I remember
No,
him
I'm
being
pretty sure-
red in the original Mario's is when he'd pick up the fire flower. He would turn very bright red, and he'd be able to shoot flames.
Clyde.
He said Donkey Kong, not Mario.
Oh,
Different game.
sorry.
First of all,
I was
Mario
Super
has always been red.
Oh.
The original sprite of Mario features him with a red cap, a red shirt, and
Yeah.
brown overalls.
Right, yeah, no, it was red, not blue. I was
But
trying to
yes,
think really hard.
when he
Yeah, it
takes...
would've been
Oh,
red.
wait, no. Yes. When he takes
No,
the
you're
fire
right, it was
flower,
red,
he does
yes.
get a red... He does... Actually, when he gets the fire flower, he turns white.
Yeah.
So, I don't...
His shirt turned white.
Yeah, so does his hat, Clyde.
Oh,
The only thing that turns red are his overalls going from blue to red. That's the only red change.
Brown in the original game, but
Okay.
yes.
Well, no, I'm saying in terms of actual Mario, like modern Mario, not the Jumpman from the original Donkey Kong. I'm explaining that.
wahoo.
And he never even got a fire flower. He only got a hammer.
But
Goddamn beehives.
But yeah, no. In the Mario movie, we actually see that, yeah, no, the father of Mario is Jumpman in the movie.
No.
So that was accurate. Yeah, it's been confirmed.
No. Guardian, no. In the movie, we see his father, and we see Giuseppe, the Jumpman, who's playing the arcade
Yeah,
game.
Separate, right.
But you
Right.
are technically right, because they're both Charles. Both of them are voiced by Charles, so...
So yeah,
Some
technically
connection?
both are Jumpman.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I think his father even did wear red, just like Jumpman. So either way, it's still just Jumpman. There's just two of them in this.
Here's the one thing I
Yeah,
don't
so-
understand.
It's weird.
Like... Because you hear Charles Martinet? Is that his last name?
Martinet?
Yeah.
Something like that, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so you hear him play, Mario's father, and you're like, okay, you're doing a pretty good voice. Why didn't they just let you be Mario and use that voice instead of being like, wahoo?
Yeah, like, I guess there was... I don't know why they couldn't just have him avoid doing all the noises. Maybe it was so that he'd be a little more understandable, I guess, because some people may have a harder time picking up
No,
that
but-
accent. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, but, Guardian, what I'm saying is... What? I feel like you've confused what I just said.
You just asked why they didn't just use the original voice actor without doing the noises, just the accent,
Yeah.
as Mario instead of Chris Pratt.
I-
And I'm saying that accent can be hard to understand it depending on what he's saying.
No,
So it
okay,
could have been...
hang on, yeah, something was mistranslated. What I'm saying is, he's in the movie, and he does a character who has a normal voice. So why couldn't he just use that voice to be Mario? Since Chris Pratt doesn't really sound like Mario anyway, they could have just used Charles.
I don't know. I guess it's because technically, based on the lore, Chris Pratt's voice would be accurate because Mario is from Brooklyn, which is the
Yeah,
voice
but-
that Chris Pratt did.
Yes, but also Charles did that voice.
Did he do it?
Yes, as his father, for fuck's sakes!
Keep in mind, I haven't seen the movie in like
I know, but we
since
said
Remember came out, so I don't remember exactly how everything sounded. Especially the voice that father we barely hear.
Anyways, speaking of that, I still find it just Jack Black did a good job as Bowser.
He did good on Bowser, really good. I love Jack Black. He's a
And then he had to be Steve.
I will never get
Oh,
over
wait, is
when
it
he
night?
went to that
Shit.
interview in that fucking Bowser pajamas. Like, it wasn't even just pajamas, like onesie pajamas. With like the tail and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
When you're committed to a role.
Yes.
I love Jack Black's commitment to the bit. Like, he always goes 110% with getting in character. And it's fucking great. To the point of having a custom-made tuxedo made for him that's high quality with Bowser's shell on the back is just perfection.
You know, as weird as it is, I would totally love it if in the new Mario Kart they actually do get movie skins and they get the voice actors to do their voice lines.
That would be great.
I mean, Bowser would pretty much look like Bowser, just slightly more reptilian, I guess. A little more defined.
Oh, it'd be so funny. It'd be like, I'm just waiting to hear the, like, it would be amusing just to hear him say, like, saying peaches while passing somebody, just, peaches, peaches, peaches.
Yeah.
No, he has to pass Peach then.
Yeah.
He passes her, and it's like, it's just a hidden dialogue that you have to pass her specifically,
Oh.
and it happens.
So,
Or she passes him, one or the other.
so here's another thing, that is slightly worrying me with the Mario Kart game. So, as we already mentioned, Diddy Kong is nowhere to be seen, which is a shame. But
Yeah.
there's also a lot of other fan-favorite Mario Kart characters that don't really seem to be in any of the stuff, which concerns me. Like, okay, yeah, they put in
Yeah.
King Boo and Dry Bones, so people like those. But where's Petey Piranha? Where's, Kamek, who, like, was added in the new game, but now you're like, nah, it's not here.
I mean, they've also added some weird choices, if I understand correctly. Ones that are like, why is this character in the game? Does it really make sense?
You have a
I've heard
fish
reviews of
skeleton
characters.
driving a bike. How?
Oh, I remember what it was. It was a cow. A cow was in the game, and people were pissed about it. It's like, what the fuck is... Like, they didn't even name
I don't-
Moo after an actual cow in one of the games. It's just cow. It's like...
I don't know what you're talking about. From what I've heard, everyone's happy that Cal is there.
I've only seen backlash for it on my end. I've
Alright.
yet to see positivity toward it, because I've seen everyone be like, why is there a cow in this, and why is it just named Cow? And the people who did know of a cow in Mario were a little upset that it's not just named Moo Moo after the cow from Mario. It's just Cow. I haven't heard
Okay.
positivity yet. I am probably just not seeing it in any of the stuff I've seen.
I don't know. But yeah, like,
Yeah, I've
Th-
seen a surprising
there's
amount
still-
of hatred toward the cow.
there's still a lot of characters missing that, like, okay, here's one thing that worries the hell out of me. Because, I mean, I have always been... By the way, Clyde, can you go to sleep?
Not at the second. Give me. Okay, now I can.
Alright. Anyways, because...
I didn't want to lose what I was minding.
So, Petey Piranha is by far one of my favorite, like, out there Mario bosses. He's a giant piranha plant that can walk, and he's awesome in Mario Kart. Even though he's only been in 2 games. Which sucks. But he's not in it, as far as I can tell. But Piranha Plant is. A
Basic
potted piranha plant. Yeah, and I'm kind of like, well, why wouldn't you put
That's kinda
Petey
stupid.
Piranha in the game if you're gonna have a regular piranha plant? Like, that would be like if they put in Boo, but they didn't put in King Boo. Like, that...
That is
No, that makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
They don't make smart. Because they don't make smart decisions to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Nintendo has been making some
I mean-
rather debatable choices lately.
Here's, I mean, even though they showed off a shit ton of characters, I do hope that maybe some of these fan favorite characters, Funky Kong, I don't know how they didn't put him in the game, because everyone loves him, but maybe some of these characters are in it, they just haven't showed it off yet, but, like, their roster's already fucking insane.
I love the hearing Funky Kong. My brain went, and then there's Funky. He's dead.
Chunky.
Okay.
You're getting it wrong.
Chunky, wrong one.
Yeah.
My apologies. But you can't
And,
blame me.
and you know, here's another thing about Mario Kart that I've kind of been thinking about with it. And it's the idea that maybe they should branch out a bit more, but not as much as, like, adding Link in, or the Animal Crossing stuff, you know? Like,
Elaborate on what kind of branching out you
what I mean is,
It's not good.
have more Donkey Kong reps. Have more people that are from the Donkey Kong series added in the game, like King K. Rool. All the other
That would
Kongs,
make
like
sense.
Lanky, Tiny Kong, Candy Kong. Like, add all of them
oh,
in.
God. Oh, God.
What, Clyde?
I heard Tiny, and the first thing that pops into my mind is Tiny Tina in a fucking little Mario Kart.
That would be hilarious.
Anyway.
But
Anyway,
also,
yeah, that's a good idea, though, because...
yeah, because, like,
unlike
yeah,
Link, who, while is a Nintendo character, he has no real connection to the Mario stuff.
yeah,
But Donkey Kong, by inheritance from Cranky Kong, is connected to Mario.
yeah. And the other branch off too, like, I mean, there's not many, but you could do Yoshi's Island stuff too. You can have Poochie. You
Yeah,
can have
Yoshi
all the
characters.
different enemies, since apparently they just put anything in a cart now. And the other big
Yeah.
one they could branch off into the Wario series. Not only Wario World / Land, but also into WarioWare. There's so many potential characters they could use that would be so cool.
See, I find it weird how I don't know much about it, but from what I understand, they do not give that much attention to the Wario side of things. Not much.
I mean, they're...
Especially when you look at someone like Wario or Waluigi, I mean. Waluigi's aspect in that is even less
Well,
even less appreciated.
yeah, but that's only because Waluigi technically is just a, the history of Waluigi's
He's technically
weird.
a side character, whatever.
No.
Which
You are not jumping off.
is Wario's brother, so it's like...
Yeah, but even that's not really confirmed. Like, sometimes they're not clear about that.
Yeah,
But-
but it's kind of obvious. Like, that one's one that if they were to say is false, they'd be fucking insane. Because that's something
That's
that's...
not a nice thing to say about their spouses.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore what Clyde said.
Yeah, I don't even want to try to figure out what's going on with that one. But, yeah, Nintendo's weird. Like, the history of anything with ties to Mario gets fucking weird. Like, looking at...
Oh my
the
goodness,
history of
what the
Koopa
hell
Links,
is this? This is
what the
different.
fuck is up with the Koopa Links? What are you looking at? Where are you?
Some crazy fucking bot thing. I don't know what the hell that is. Somebody who's...
No comment.
Look at that before you delete it, because that is different. And I don't see it because my chat broke. Oh no, here we are. Warning, using... Okay, never mind.
We're saying warning using something.
May result in massive follower gains, chat explosions, and uncontrollable grinning.
So, yeah, it was just, you know, selling stuff that... No.
Yeah.
It was weird. It was really structured since it was acting like as a warning for you, but it's very much probably something that's...
It was best viewers here, but differently
But different,
worded.
yeah.
Yeah, it was very strange.
It's to get around the best viewer ban thing.
Yeah.
By wording it this way, it's like, hey, here's a warning, don't use this site, or you'll get massive influx in viewers, and they're starting a new tactic now.
Yeah. Can't I just play a game for stream a game for fun and not have that shit pop up?
Nope.
That would be nice,
Yeah.
but haha, no.
See, I don't know. I was gonna say something that I really lost it.
But yeah, basically, I wish they would branch off into the other, like, pseudo-series that they have. Hell, even doing stuff like for Luigi's Mansion. Imagine being able to play as Polterpup. Everyone would lose their shit. They'd be like, yes, I want to play as Polterpup. Like, play as Professor Egad. Play as, like, half the portrait ghosts that exist, because they're so cool. You know?
Yeah.
Play as the
Maybe.
Yes, play as Helen Gravely.
Play as the King Boo everyone wants.
Yeah, that I am almost certain they will make a skin for. Like, it'd be ridiculous if they don't make that a usable skin.
I found diamond.
Very nice. Clyde.
Cool.
Very nice.
Cause, like, yeah, I this is the other thing I've always found funny about King Boo making appearances outside of Luigi's Mansion, is the fact that he doesn't look like King Boo from Luigi's Mansion.
Huh.
Like, in Luigi's Mansion, he has these menacing purple eyes and tongue, and has a bejeweled crown with, like, just a purple gem in it. And then in Mario Kart and stuff he's in, it's just a regular big Boo with a crown. That's it.
Huh.
It's like, but he looks so much cooler in Luigi's Mansion. What the fuck?
Makes me wonder if which one looks better, because I haven't seen the one in the original Luigi Mansion. I'm wondering if he looks better than, what was his name? Big something. He's a ghost in Sonic Adventure
Fuck if
1,
I know.
I want to say?
Um,
1 or 2?
either me or Brayden can look up an image of him. I don't know. Hang on.
almost like King Boo, but different. Because he's not a Boo, obviously.
Yeah. King...
So, the ghosts that are similar to him but smaller, they actually do look a lot like the Boos, except a little more terrifying than Boos. Whereas Boos are shy and they basically sweeping angels. The ghosts in that game, they seek you out and try to attack you.
Why did I try to mantle?
Because you're in the wrong damn game.
Yeah. Oh, also, that was another thing. So some of the new stages that are in Mario Kart World are, like, really interesting. I do like them. And there's one that I was like, huh, strange. Because one of the stages is Boo Cinema. So, there's a ghost cinema. What?
Do they play ghost movies?
Probably. But I don't know, I just found that was kind of weird. I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thing that would be associated with Boo. I mean, then again, I need to point this out, but DK Spaceport exists.
I just had like an error in my head at that.
Yeah, DK Spaceport.
Where
would you like to go to space?
does Donkey Kong have ties to space?
I don't know.
What?
Listen,
Basically, the
he's
stage...
probably the only one.
Go on.
He can just lift you up and throw you.
Yeah. But yeah, basically that stage is like the retro game. Like it's a racetrack that kind of goes up and down like the classic thing, and you have to deal with Robo Kong or Mecha Kong, whatever the fuck he's called. Actually, I don't think they can use Mecha Kong. I'm pretty sure that already exists. Anyways, it's weird. It's night again.
No, it is not again. Sorry. I didn't mean to close the door.
Ow.
Also, now that you said it, now that you mentioned the cinema, I just have the fact that Pokemon has its own studio. Like in the Pokemon world, there's an actual studio for filming Pokemon movies.
Yep.
Which is
Yeah, and there's Pokemon actors that don't take part in battle, and it's weird.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like Pokestar Studios. I remember when I played through it, and I had to like figure out the processes you have to go through to get each movie done perfectly and correctly.
Oh, so the other thing that I find very strange with this game, so just a weird question: how many Mario Kart games have you actually played?
One that was on the DS. I have no idea what one it was.
If it was regular DS, then it was Mario Kart DS. If it was 3DS,
It was on DSi.
probably just the regular one, yeah. So you know how they do it then. They have 4 cups of new races.
Hold on, I actually forgot there was one on the Wii that I played a little bit way back.
Okay, that one also applies to this. But the way they've been doing Mario Karts since DS and Wii, well, technically they did it in the GameCube, Game Boy, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. So how they do it is they have 4 cups of new tracks, and then they have 4 retro cups, which are like, oh, we recreated a stage from the SNES or from the Wii, and, you know, basically just remaking tracks. Yet Mario Kart World just kind of says, fuck it. Like, there are retro tracks, but they're completely remade and not, like, specify that they're a retro track. And they're all over the place instead of being in the 4 designated cups that retro tracks used to be in. Basically, there are no more rules. Everything's thrown out the window. And, like, some of them are really cool. Like, the remake of Dino Jungle is insane. It's basically Jurassic Park. Weird, but cool.
Holy shit.
Also, another one that's weird is, I think it is just called Mario Circuit. Unless it has some other name, but literally it's just the original Mario Circuits from the SNES all merged together into one giant track. I was like, huh, that's weird, but okay.
Oh, do you think they're gonna do a new Rainbow Road?
Yes,
Does
they are.
every single title have a new Rainbow Road?
Yes.
I'll be amazed
There-
if they don't, because that will be a
there-
bad sign. If they
There
don't.
is one. They haven't showed it off, but they pretty much told us that, yeah, there's a Rainbow Road.
Okay, good.
But
Because if there wasn't, that would be a really bad sign.
now there's one thing I need to talk about that bothers me. And that is the amount of tracks we have. Because
Oh, right, this one.
the math ain't mathing. Because without Rainbow Road unlocked, because you have to unlock it, there is a grand total of what?
I said,
Anyways, without that,
Ah.
there are 29 tracks. So once you unlock that, you have 30. But the problem is that doesn't fit 8 cups of tracks.
yeah,
They're
too short.
Yeah. And you know what is worse? Apparently, how this one is going to work is that 2 of the cups are going to have a repeat track in it.
Why?
I-
That is so stupid.
Look,
Tell me at least they're making it reverse, so it's not exactly the same.
Well, because how it's going to be handled is because of how the tour map, how the map system works, you know, where you drive to a stage. Basically, you'll drive into the stage from another way. But I don't know how different the stage itself will be. Probably not at all. But maybe you'll
that's
drive on it
stupid.
differently. I don't know. But yeah, and
Yeah, they're gonna have to really show us how that works before we can really say whether it's okay or just
yeah,
stupid.
and I mean the thing about it that really bothers me is the fact that it's too off. Like that, it infuriates me because I'm like, really? You couldn't just make 2 more stages fit on this world map?
Like, especially if they could have ripped out an old one, like, 1 for 1 from another game as best they could, and it would have sufficed.
Yeah. Like,
No, because then people would be like, oh, they're repeating, maps. They're no good anymore.
I mean, they're already doing
no,
that.
they're already doing that, and people,
I know.
they've been doing that for the past few games, and nobody seems to care. They've re-released Waluigi Stadium twice! Actually, no, wait. 3? No, wait. Was it on Wii U? No, wait, it must have been, because, no, it wasn't. But it was on Wii. I don't know. It might have been on one of the DS games, but I can't remember. Anyways, the point is, like, I don't know. It's very weird that they are off by 2.
Like, the only reason I could see them trying to give that could maybe make sense is space limitation, because there is a limit to how much space they can put on the physical cartridges for data,
Yeah, but
and
Guardian,
if the issue is that the open world takes up too much, I could almost see it, but it still feels a little odd for
Guardian?
that to be the issue.
I understand where you're going with that. But here's the big fucking problem with that. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has a total of 96 tracks. You're telling me a Switch 2 can't have 32 at the minimum? Come on!
Okay, to be fair, I for one didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, now you know.
Yeah, I don't know Mario Kart. I've only ever played 2, and I don't remember shit about either of them.
Yeah, because, okay, so how...
But on top of that, I do know that, okay, so obviously that isn't the issue then, because I remember, I was going to say that it could be an issue of that due to the fact that if you want extra storage space, you have to pay out with your own pocket as the game maker to make it have extra space cartridges, because you can get ones that are a little more expensive. It's weird. It's a whole thing that people are iffing on. But if they're saying that a previous game on Switch had 3 times that amount.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
like
I
you
have a
said,
hard time
though,
seeing
like
what's
you
the
said,
issue.
though, yeah, I guess the open world is a bit much, but...
The issue is we don't know how severe the open world taxes it, is the thing. So we don't know if the space it's consuming actually stacks up that heavily, or if they're just being lazy and they have plenty of space to put another 2 tracks.
I don't know. It
So
could,
because
it could...
They were doing.
Go
It
on.
could be that because they were doing open world, they focused on that rather than the tracks.
Oh, no, I definitely... Well, I don't
That's
think
hard to
that's
say is
what I was
100%
gonna
the issue.
say, but, like, yeah, I do feel like they put a lot of work into the open world. The tracks look fucking stunning. But again, you don't get to stay in them that long. Anyhow, like,
I
I'm
don't
still...
know, it's definitely an odd thing.
I'm still looking forward to the game, but yeah, it is kind of weird. Like, here's another thing, too. Like, I could imagine that maybe they're not showing off everything, but it would be kind of weird to be like, yeah, there's 2 complete stages, or, sorry, 3, because they're not showing Rainbow Road. They confirmed it's there, but they're not showing it. But it would be weird to have 3 stages locked, but not 4. Like, I don't know. It's just bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Like, if they said there were
I don't know,
20...
it's
If they said there was... What is it? 28 tracks total, and then they were teasing Rainbow Road exists, like, you could be like, oh, well, then the last cup has 4 tracks that have yet to be shown off. But...
Yeah, you could have said that. Or it could just be that there are 3 cups instead, but... Or whatever amount of cups instead, but that would be stupid as well, so... Yeah, I don't know.
And
it's
then...
just very weird choices.
Yeah, and then
which
there's,
Nintendo seems to be making a lot of lately.
Meh. And then there's, what was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh, yeah, the Knockout Tour, which is okay. It's just kind of weird. So essentially how that one works is, I forgot how many races it is. I think it's like 5 or 6, technically. But essentially, you race with... You race with all 24 racers, and then as each race ends, there's a cutoff point. And if you're behind the cutoff point, you're eliminated from the thing, and you gotta make it all the way to the end. And as far as I can tell, in that one, you're not even going into, like, any of the tracks. You're just kind of staying on the, like, open world segments and, like, you know, traveling that line.
Huh.
Which, like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't know. Like, it just really bothers me that they're off by 2. Like, I don't know why. It's just so weird that you're literally off by 2.
Yeah, it's like... It's not even that they're off by 4. Like, it's not they're off by an entire cup. It's just half of a cup that's missing.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Especially if it's the last cup. It's like...
How many cups are there usually?
Usually, there are 4... there's 8. Usually, there are 8.
Okay, then they're doing 7.5 cups. They're
Well,
just gonna
no,
cut it.
I...
Eight.
Oh my
No, they're
god.
doing 8. It's just that they're making
I'm
it...
joking.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm joking.
The
Here's your half cup. Good luck holding anything in it.
Yes. But, again, the issue is that there are 8 cups. But they're just off by 2 tracks. And, yeah, a lot of people, like, when you see the gameplay footage that some people have done, like, you only see 7 cups. But that's because, well, obviously the last one's not unlocked. Rainbow Road's still not on the map. So. But I believe...
Yeah.
Has anyone ever tied a race?
can't say if I've ever seen that. I don't
Like, in
think...
all of the plays and all of the people playing, has anybody ever tied in Mario Kart?
There's probably a way to determine a winner instead of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I know back on the N64...
Because the probability of somebody not tying in a race where there's millions.
Where are you getting the number?
Mind-boggling.
Okay.
How many people play the game?
In one race?
In one race, there's a
Across
maximum
the
of 20...
entire game. Across every Mario race game. I bet you over 1 million races have been done.
Okay, you made it.
Okay, that's... Yeah, you confused the hell out of me with how you... Wow.
No, I'm talking about, like, across the entirety of the game.
I don't know, Clyde, but...
Again, I'm pretty sure they have an algorithm to decide a winner if anyone ever is neck and neck like that.
Yeah, I feel like
Because
they
it
take
feels
into
like a
account,
physical.
like, the tiniest pixel that's ahead. Because with how the scoring works, they have to be placed somewhere. And they can't just make another first slot. Like, it doesn't...
Hold on, let me.
I don't know.
I'm sure if I Google, it will tell me whether or not there's a mechanic for it. If there is, it will tell me. Let me Google real quick. Hurry up.
Like, also, I would have to imagine, because, like, all the characters have their own stats and everything, so they would differ, and I don't know. I really don't know, Clyde.
All I know that I once played a racing game on one of my cousin's consoles, and he was watching me race, and I was focused on just driving. I wasn't focused on anything else. I was here to say, you just set a world record for that lap. Like, I wasn't focused on speed. I was just trying to do this lap the most efficiently that I could. And apparently, at some point, I set a world record.
A new record.
Okay, so currently I'm looking at a Reddit question of it, and I don't know how it works in modern games, but anything that uses ports, one of the answers is, this happened to me once in Mario Kart Wii against the CPU. Because of port priority, player 1, player 2, player 3, CPU, I was counted as 1,000th of a second ahead, 767 greater than 768. That or I was actually 1,000th of a second ahead. Either way, it being that the port on the console of the Wii, the higher the lower the number port, the more priority it has. I don't know how they do it on Switch, but I'm assuming it must also have a similar.
Good.
Have an algorithm
Gibberish.
that dictates that.
Anyways.
So maybe like host, for example, host is above the people, whoever joins in the room first, yada yada. It probably uses a system like that to dictate whose placement in the room is what.
Okay, so to answer your question, Clyde, no, there is no possible way of tying.
Not that I'm aware of. Most likely not. They seem to have figured that out, surprisingly. That's actually slightly shocking that they have a counter to that happening.
Anyhoozle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh.
unsuccessful in my search for,
You want to know another thing, though, that I find very strange?
life? Life
Sure.
is strange.
But with the courses that are duplicated, they're both Peach stages. Like, from what... Yeah. it seems like Crown City is duplicated, which kind of screams Peach. I guess it can pretty much scream anyone with a crown, but still. And then they have Peach Stadium, which seems like it gets
Which is
duplicated as
absolutely
well.
Peach.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just find that kind of weird. I'm like,
That's
weird
very
that
weird.
her stage would be duplicated.
Yeah,
Why are
it
these-
feels
why
like
are
there's
the
gotta
Peach-
be a message to it. There's
Why
gotta
are
be
these
a message
peach
here.
stages? Why are these peach stages duplicated? Huh? Who sponsored this?
This race
Was it
tournament.
Obviously, it wasn't Bowser.
Oh,
Endorsing this, endorsed by Bowser. Okay, these two.
That would actually make sense, Clyde, because the whole thing about him is he likes me.
No. It's obviously not Bowser because Bowser is obviously not infatuated by Peaches at all.
Okay, in other words, you were being sarcastic again, and it was hard to tell because you were telling the first.
Yes, very sarcastic.
That the tone you had at first was very much hard to tell with sarcasm.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's how that works. Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
But yeah, that's definitely interesting. It feels like there would be a message behind only her stages has been duplicated.
I don't know. It's
How does
just
one get carrots?
What? What?
carrots.
How does one get carrots?
By finding carrots.
By finding carrots in chests or taking them from villager farms.
Villager.
Well, shit.
Like, I feel like that should have been obvious. Like, you don't find rain.
I'm sure zombies can have them sometimes.
Uh huh.
Can they?
Um,
But
I know potatoes.
Even then, nothing's spawning. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but I can't breed my donkey to a horse or get pigs free.
With a donkey and a horse.
Yes.
Monkey
Yeah,
plus
she's
horse.
trying to make a mule.
Yes. Donkey plus horse equals pig.
What? I don't think that's how
Well,
that
no,
works.
because she said that she can't breed her donkey and her horse, and she can't get pigs.
Exactly.
Oh, she was
Exactly.
completely missed that.
Again, it's another thing I've referenced a couple times where it's like I'm gonna have a farm and have a sheep and a cow and breed horses with a sheep and a cow. No, with
Yeah.
horses and horses. I was gonna say Braden's the only one who knows what that's a reference to, but even he didn't see what that's a reference to.
Yeah, no, I
I know
that as a reference. I thought it was Clyde being Clyde, because Clyde does that a lot.
Oh no, Clyde's thing was.
I did make that reference. I frown in your general direction.
Wait, what?
I was making that reference.
I'm sorry.
saying
To the thing I said? Wait, what?
I cry in a corner.
I am confused. So you?
I was referencing you, Azriel.
Okay, that's what you meant. I thought you were referencing the thing it was from, and I'm like, you don't know the thing it's from.
No, but I reference you.
Okay. Jesus, that worried the hell out of me. What did you say, Braden?
What's the reference again?
It's Red Dwarf. But, like, season 1, so you didn't see it.
That's just spinning for you.
And, yes, that quote is Lister, because of course it is. Well, no, Lister's the one that says, I'm gonna have a farm, have sheep and a cow, and breed horses, and Rimmer's the one that says, with a sheep and a cow. But, anyways. And for those two that don't know, Red Dwarf is a sci-fi British comedy.
And Lister's like, no, if
Get over here, you woolly bastards.
Oh, sheep.
Now breathe.
Sorry, you were saying, Braden?
Alright, your turn. Here. Oops.
Nah, he just stopped. All right. Mm. Um. So yeah. What was I gonna talk about now? Right, the Mario Kart 8 DLC. So I already told you the grand number of courses the game had when it was done, being 96, which again is fucking insane for a Mario Kart game. And how they went about it was, well, when Mario Kart 8 first came out, they had the 8 cups. Then they did 2 DLC packs. And in these DLC packs, they added 2 additional cups. Each. So 4 total. Then, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out, and they did the Booster Course Pass. They doubled that. So, yeah. A lot of tracks. It's
So
pure
technically
chaos.
speaking, though, the base game, there's only the normal 8
Yes.
cups.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when they did release Deluxe, the DLCs were included in it. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So in other words, in Deluxe, it is still within the limitations of the console. Because what I'm saying regarding DLC is, I don't think it has the restraints
There's pumpkin.
it's made after. But if you're saying the Deluxe cartridges had all that shit on them by default, then yeah, no, then I really wouldn't know what the fuck.
More bees.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because clearly it's not too much data for Switch cars.
Hold on, little bees. I'll go
Oops.
get you some food.
The entirety of it is on the Deluxe cartridge, so.
I mean, I don't know how it works with DLC if that doesn't get saved on the cartridge. Like, because when they doubled the courses, that was obviously later on in the lifespan of the Switch. So, I don't...
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, if Deluxe is its own separate game from 8,
Yes.
then I'm saying I'm pretty sure it would treat the DLCs as base game because they're included by default.
Yes.
As part of.
There you go.
So
Meaning that the base
you don't
game
have to
had...
download and install them, they're already there.
Yeah,
So
which
it has
means
to be, so
if
it's
I'm
not a
doing
storage
my-
space issue at all.
32... 1, 2,
World,
3.
just stupidity. Yeah, I don't know. That's very strange.
Yeah. So with that, with the bonus cups added from the DLCs in Deluxe, that was base game at that point, there were 48 tracks. So yeah, still seems kind of weird that the open world one can't have just 2 more tracks, but again, whatever. I mean, they're most likely gonna do DLC for that game anyway, so
Yeah.
Ow. Bitch.
like, it's not that big of a deal, it's just, it's kind of weird.
How do I go back up? Help. I'm
Yeah,
stuck.
Nintendo's been doing a lot of that, and I really don't understand it.
What was the other thing I was gonna say? Hey, you know what I find very strange about Mario Kart as a whole? The fact that there are 2 Donkey Kong stages that are snow-themed.
Okay.
Are there
I don't-
no Donkey Kong stages in the actual Donkey Kong games of snow?
No, there are. It's just, I mean, it's not something you think of when you think of big jungle gorilla.
Bitch.
What? When does Diamond start hearing again?
It can appear rarely above 0, but anywhere between like 20 and 30.
Negative 20 and 30?
Negative 20 and 30
Okay.
is where they'll group in 4s.
It used to be at like 14, right? Negative 14?
Yeah, it used to be at like 13, 14, but it's been moved down to the negative 20 and below that they'll start appearing in 3s and 4s.
That's crazy.
Back in my day, diamonds are at positive 11.
I thought that was
True.
Am I stupid? I thought that was...
Back in my day, we had a very tiny fucking world and there was a chance that there was no end portal.
Huh.
Back in my day, there was no health bar. There was no hunger bar.
Back in
Back in my day,
Oh, first.
back in my day, I'm trying not to go too far back.
I'm gonna go as far back as I know. When I get to mine.
Back in my day, there was no Minecraft.
Back in my day, there was no campfire.
Jesus.
Back in my day, the only 2 blocks were grass and cobblestone. You couldn't break it.
You went too far back. I was gonna say that there was no bed. Bees weren't a thing.
He went too far back. I said back in my day there was no Minecraft. What the fuck do you mean he went too far back?
Yeah, but I went back to a point where Minecraft existed, but was like nothing. So it's like that.
It was just a sandbox you can jump around and your arms just waved around wildly.
Could you
How
jump
dare
at this floor and it was just you placed...
No, you couldn't even jump. That's right.
How dare you
Okay, what?
for cave game?
Like, I saw a YouTuber, I think it was Unspeakable, I saw someone play the very original Minecraft, like the earliest version of it, and it was just grass blocks and cobblestone. And you could place them down, you couldn't break anything, it was just placing
God damn
It
it!
was crazy.
What now, Clyde?
I'm like, this is Minecraft?
I'm about to get my ass lost again.
Fine.
Clyde, you were already lost to begin with.
Clyde, you say that like you're not already lost and unable to return home.
Shut up! You don't have to repeat literally what both of them said.
I didn't hear either of them say it.
Wow.
Things on my end.
Wow.
I'm looking for exactly 2 blocks. Dripstone and lava.
That's just a straight plummet to certain death.
I think.
Clyde, technically lava's not a block.
I mean, it used to.
It is.
It is
because there's a source block of lava.
Yeah. You just can't.
And then there's
pick up the
flowing.
block.
Yes, you can if you have a bucket.
That's different, Clyde. That's bucket.
Don't tell me I can't pick.
Horrifying.
You don't pick it up as a block of lava. You pick it up as
Grabs
a
lava.
It's different.
Grabs lava with hands. You can't tell me what to do.
The only time I've ever seen someone actually holding a lava block was, I think, in Java, and they were using clearly commands to give themselves said block.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to be able to hold a lava block.
But it's warm.
Oh yeah, it's like Darmanitan droppings. Or is it Doramaka? Either one, you get the point.
It's like hugging a slugma. Who's hotter than the fucking sun?
So is Magmar,
True.
I think. Yeah, it's funny when you realize how many Pokemon's lore in their Pokédexes would have destroyed the planet just by existing.
Yes.
Like, it's a good thing those Pokédex descriptions are not literal, otherwise, it'd be pretty bad.
Go! Pokeball! I had it melted.
At that point, everything would be melted. Like, you wouldn't even be able to get near it without just puddling.
Speaking of puddling, apparently my boyfriend's brother found the melting point of a pork chop.
I'm sorry. What?
He liquefied a pork chop. Well, he put it on the stovetop to cook, went, laid down, took a nap, and when he got up, it was liquid.
That's
What
That's-
the fuck?
that's concerning.
How hot?
No, he didn't even find it.
How hot did he have the stove? And how long was he asleep for the stove to liquefy a pork chop? How does that happen?
He's not even the one that found it. My boyfriend did, and he was rushing
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Did that motherfucker have the stove or oven for it to do that? That's crazy. Stovetop.
Yeah.
How hot did that motherfucker have it? Did he send it to the degree of the surf of the sun? What the fuck is that?
I don't know, but so far that's the only time
Impossible.
I've ever heard of a
Like,
pork
I've
chop.
heard of people charring it so bad it's just a black brick, but I've never heard of liquefying a pork chop trying to cook it.
Now you have.
That's insane.
Yes.
Nah, now I need to Google how the fuck that works. Grab my phone. Hold on. Let's see. Close Twitch for a moment so I can use Chrome without issues. So quick one to fuck up.
Like, what is the melting point of a pork chop?
What is melting point of a pork chop? I swear to God, if I even get a response, I'll be astonished. AI says the melting point doesn't quite apply to pork chop in the same way it does to something. Pork chops are cooked to a specific. It's like, I don't think that's how it works, you fucking idiot.
Like, you moron.
Yeah, whenever like, the only degree it gives is, like, for pork chops, the recommended internal temperature for safety and optimal texture is 145 degrees or Fahrenheit or 63 degrees Celsius. So it doesn't even tell you what it would theoretically be to melt it. It's so fucking outlandish that it doesn't even apply to the equation.
I found one of my abandoned, crafting
Melting
things.
point is like, it's when a solid turns into a liquid. And the fat in a pork chop will melt during cooking. The overall process is not a melting of the entire pork chop, but rather a transformation of the protein and fat content due to heat. But some fucking how, your boyfriend's brother managed to do the impossible, break the laws of physics, and melt that motherfucker into a puddle. I don't understand how the fuck that makes sense.
Can I tell you something?
It's simple, it doesn't.
Neither does he. He doesn't understand how the hell he did it either.
Like, now I'm gonna have to Google, is it possible to melt one? Because I want to see if, like, that gives me anything. Is it possible to melt
Should have
a pork
taken
chop?
pictures.
He should
He should have.
Tell him if his brother ever manages to do it again, to get some goddamn photo evidence, because I need this.
If he does it again, he's gonna be rich for being the first person to melt a pork chop not once, but twice. What the fuck? I'm finding evidence of myself.
I shit you not. The first thing I get when I get is it possible to melt a pork chop is pork chop melts recipe. I said it's a fucking food. There's a called pork chop milk. So that doesn't help. The Reddit is after that. Nothing I can do or nothing I do can stop this white goop from coming out of my pork chops, which someone says it's
It's a protein.
or albinium. Yeah.
White.
Yeah, it's just a protein.
How to make pork chop? Yeah. Like, none of these are melting the pork chop. I am so...
Excuse me.
Like, melting your mouth pork chops, which isn't even melting, it's different. Like, how the fuck? Like, I'm having almost like an existential...
How's your day? Oh, I melted a pork chop.
Yeah.
Like, I thought dying of boredom, it's like spontaneously dying because you're so bored would be an achievement, but I feel like this surpasses any dream of achievement I could ever want to have. Because what the
Yes, now
fuck?
go to sleep.
Sorry.
Oh, go to sleep, please. Please, please, please.
Why?
Why?
Because I got thunder over here. And I don't feel like losing everything.
Alright.
Dying to lightning.
Well, anyhow, I think that'll wrap it up for today. Especially because hearing
That's
about a
crazy. That
pork
we're
chop
entering
melting
on
makes my
my-
brain melt.
I guess it wouldn't be an us stream if we didn't melt or if we didn't end
If we didn't melt the streamer,
if we didn't
it wouldn't
end
be
If we didn't, what the what?
Pork chops and compliments.
We have to melt the streamer.
Yeah, I'm not
That's nonsense.
fine. I don't think I'm doing that one.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
That's the neat part. You don't.
I have not found lava. I have not found dripstone. Ow, I bit myself.
Anyhow, that is probably going to be it for this part of, I was about to say build of survival.
Finding of Isaac.
No,
Finding of Isaac.
stop,
Thank you for joining.
stop confusing me. Smack!
Hey. Oh, I found an outpost.
Goody.
Thanks, Azrael.
Any,
You smacked me in the right direction. Oh, I found one of the new blocks.
bully for you. Wait.
It's called
Outro, I mean.
Firefly Bush.
What is that? When was that added?
With all the update stuff, the last update, the leaves and shit, it was added then.
The leaves and...
The leaf litter, the wildflowers, the...
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, anyhow.
I've been finding this in my other world, and oh, it's so pretty. Sorry, I'll gush after.
Anyhow, I was gonna do it for this part of the Minecraft survival world. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, you're never fully dressed without a smile.
Sorry.
Goodbye, everybody.
You're never fully sane when you're with friends.
Bye.
Don't I agree with that?
Did you see what I did at the last, like,